So you're ready to go all in and start building your dream lifestyle and career on Outschool. But there's only one problem. You are not quite sure what steps to take to actually successfully get hired onto the platform the first or second time that you apply. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the exact steps, which are fire, that many of my Outschool referrals have taken to successfully get hired on Outschool within their first time of working with me. Welcome if you are new, I'm JennaLee, and I help teachers like you build businesses and brands online to make massive impact and to work less and live more. If you want to work with me to get hired on Outschool, to receive some amazing resources to get you hired, and also resources that will help you go beyond to be successful on the platform, including one free module of my Teacher to Boss Society course, then you can click on the link in my comment section or in my description box and we'll get connected real soon. We're going to get started with my top tips that will actually allow you to pass the first time that you apply to Outschool. My first tip is to make sure that everything makes sense together on Outschool. So for instance, if you are going to list your experiences as a teacher, make sure that those experiences that you are listing make sense with what you're going to teach on Outschool. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a degree for what you teach or that you need to teach what you did in the classroom on Outschool, but make sure that when you are writing out your application, the first 2 lines at least are the ones that really match with what you are going to teach on the platform. For example, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense if I, as a music teacher, was saying, oh, I have this experience working with VIP Kid as an ESL teacher for this many years in the first line of my experiences section. It would make a lot more sense if I said, I taught private violin and voice for 10 years in the first line of my experience section. So just kind of play a little bit of matchmaker here and make sure that everything aligns nicely. My second tip to passing that application is to check your grammar. Double check this, triple check this, have another set of eyes on this, which it helps to have a mentor for, but make sure that your grammar is being checked. Outschool actually has a robot or a system that will just automatically reject your application if there are some pretty severe grammar issues in there. And I have also seen many teachers being rejected for run-on sentences. So make sure that you are triple checking your grammar on the application. My third tip, and one that is sometimes overlooked with new Outschool teachers, is to make sure that you have decent video and lighting quality. This can be a game changer for passing that application because Outschool wants to see that you are already set up with your background, you are set up with your video and have good lighting, and you're ready to teach. I currently use an external webcam because on the MacBook Pro, my webcam is not very good. And there are some really cheap ones that you can get for $40 and below. If you want to check out which one that I use, then you can check my description and it should show you what some of the devices that I use. But make sure that you have a good quality webcam. Even if you're not going to go out and buy one, make sure you have good quality webcam. And as far as lighting goes, I currently use a huge ring light. I started with a really small one that was really affordable, but if you do not have the necessities to go out and get a ring light, make sure that there's a window in front of you or really, really good lighting in front of you. And then if you can have some lighting on the sides, do your best, but you really, really want to have your face well lit up, have your background well lit up, and for it to be a bright atmosphere. My fourth tip to passing that application the first time is to niche down, to choose one topic to really go all in with on the written application and the video. And then once you're hired onto the platform, it's totally okay if you switch things up and you expand what you teach and what different classes that you offer. But make sure that on the application that you have one specific topic that you are going to go in depth about, show your experiences for, and teach the demo video on. And I think I'm on my fifth tip or sixth tip, I don't know. But if you do not pass the first time, try again. If you don't have a mentor, then find a mentor. There are so many Outschool teachers who are willing to help. There are Outschool referral coaches, which is what I am, that have gone through this process, that are up to date with all these things. And if you're really struggling to pass, go out, find a mentor, reach out to me. I can connect you with one, or I can help you out. And they're really going to help you get hired with Outschool. And not only that, they'll be by your side the whole way through all the ups and downs. It's really nice to have a support system like that to connect with. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of your written application. So on question 1, Outschool is asking for your experiences. Outschool wants you to be specific and include what you taught, how you taught it, what are the ages of the students that you have experience teaching that subject, and how many years did you teach or did you have that experience. In this section, I want you to play matchmaker and make sure that everything really aligns to what you're actually planning on teaching on Outschool, especially the top few sentences or experiences that you list should really align with what you're actually going to be teaching in that demo video. So I'm going to give you an example by showing you what I would write if I were going to apply to Outschool in 2021 or 2022. So I said, since 2000, I have been playing and performing the violin. I studied violin for 18 years under master teachers and held leadership positions in various orchestras. I was concertmaster of my collegiate orchestra, where I gained the experience leading a large ensemble of musicians. I started teaching private violin lessons in 2010 and continue to teach students ages 7 through 12 in both one-on-one and small group settings. My experience as a music teacher in the public school setting started in 2017 to 2020. I taught choir for grades 7 through 12 and general music to elementary aged students. As a music teacher, I focused on performance qualities and expression through singing and playing various instruments. My students learned how to sing many different styles of music, how to harmonize as an ensemble, and since Outschool currently doesn't require you to upload any type of resume or CV, then make sure that this is really detailed and really does a good job of displaying what experiences you have and what expertise you have as well. Moving on to question 2, which says to list any academic degrees, teaching credentials, professional training, or other relevant professional certifications that you hold. Remember that Outschool actually doesn't require degrees or certifications, but they do require experience. So whatever relates to the topic that you are going to be teaching on Outschool is going to be really relevant to question 2 here. My example for this one is in 2017, I received my Bachelor of Arts degree for music education from Luther College in Decorah, Iowa. This degree allows me to teach both vocal and instrumental music in any district. I also have a Minnesota teaching license, which certifies me to teach music in grades kindergarten through 12th in the state of Minnesota. Again, make sure to include those numbers here and what years that you earned that experience, how many years you gained knowledge from that experience. And the next question is optional, but you can include a LinkedIn profile, website, Facebook page, but again, make sure that it matches with what you are planning to teach on Outschool, or at least put in the application. All right, now we're gonna move on to some exciting stuff right here. We're gonna move on to question or step 3, which is all about telling Outschool what you are going to teach. So in step 3, you are going to write down the passions and the topic that you are actually going to choose to teach in your demo video and on Outschool. And remember, again, once you pass the application, you can always teach more than this, but Outschool wants to get a good feel for what experience you're bringing onto the platform. My top advice for this is make sure to include the why you are passionate about teaching these topics. If you got any awards or did anything really unique, then make sure to include this experience as well, as long as it aligns to the topic you're teaching. My example for this one is here. I plan to teach beginning violin on Outschool. I love teaching students ages 7 through 12 all about this unique instrument and how to make music with it. I also love to make learning the violin fun, and I include many relevant activities and games throughout my lessons. I plan to create classes that allow beginning violin learners to learn the violin with ease and make new friends in the process. Some of my class ideas include intro to the violin, one-on-one violin lessons, and small group lessons. I'm very excited to teach the instrument to kids from all over the world and students who may not be able to take violin lessons in person. I am also grateful for the opportunity to teach with Outschool, and I am passionate about supporting students with this important. Feel free to pause the screen and use my format to create your own application. Sometimes it's helpful to see what a successful description and application looks like to know how to create your own, so feel free to use the resources that I've provided. The second part of step 3 is to actually create a class description. And this is exciting stuff because now you get to be in the teacher seat doing what you love, which is creating classes. And I want you to create a class that you are passionate about, that you would love to teach, and also a class that really displays your expertise that you have written out above and that you are going to teach in the demo video. Your class description needs to be the selling point to parents, students, or families on the Outschool platform. I would say the more detail and information that you can provide on this, the better. Your class description should include information about what you will teach, how you will teach it, what learners should expect from you from class time. And I am going to be, again, showing you my sample below. My class description is as follows. This class is an opportunity for students ages 7 through 12 to explore the violin and to get excited to start on their violin journey. This class is designed for all beginners that are interested in learning more about the violin, deciding on what instrument to play, or just want more information on how cool and diverse the violin can be. In this class, students will get to learn unique facts about the violin, like what it is made of and when it was made. Students will learn about basic violin concepts such as what is the violin made of, violin techniques, and interesting ways to play the violin, different violin styles, interesting facts about the violin, the Suzuki method, brief overview. This class will be lighthearted and fun. This class is not intended for anyone who has already been taking violin lessons unless they want to review basic violin concepts. I'm excited to show your learner the many ways the violin can bring excitement and music into their life. I will see you soon. If you do have an instrument, feel free to bring it to class. We may be able to play a little and start you on your violin journey. Now, the moment you have all been waiting for, we are going to be talking about how to pass that class video. I'm going to be showing you an example of what I would do now in the year 21 or 22 to actually pass that demo video on the Outschool platform. It's easier than you think, so just brush off your shoulders, brush off the stress, and just get into it right away here. There are actually 2 common ways that I've seen teachers successfully pass that Outschool demo video. The first way is that they will start off with a short 30-second introduction that explains who they are, why they're excited to teach with Outschool, what background experiences they have, and how they work with students. And then they'll go into the actual, 3 minutes of the class, teaching the class to mock students. And then they'll do a little bit of a thank you at the end in like 10 to 20 seconds for Outschool. The other way is actually just chopping off the introduction, not doing an introduction, getting right into the class materials, and then at the end, I would always include a little bit of a thank you. Thank you for watching Outschool. I would be really grateful for this opportunity to teach on the platform. Choose one of those options, and if you don't pass with that option, I would just try the other one and flip-flop it. I've just seen both of them successfully work for teachers. There's not really one or the other right now, but you do what feels most comfortable for you at the moment. Currently, getting into the year 2022, I have seen some trends of Outschool hiring teachers who have these things in their demo video. Teachers that teach 3 to 5 minutes of your lesson straight through, choosing the juiciest part of your lesson. This means that you're not chopping it up and saying introduction and then activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. You're just teaching, one activity or one objective of the lesson for 3 to 5 minutes straight through, no editing needed. That has been really, really successful for many teachers in passing the Outschool video right away. Something I've also seen is Outschool likes to see some form of technology, whether that be sharing your screen in PowerPoint or just including a picture up in the corner. And they like to see this probably because you're going to be on Zoom a lot or all the time on Outschool. So they probably want to see that you are familiar and comfortable with technology in your classroom. And this next one has been a long time trend where Outschool really wants to see teachers interacting with students really, really well, connecting with them, not just lecturing about your topic, but actually connecting with the students, including activities, discussion questions, games, etc. Whatever you want to include in your lesson that has that interactive element in it is going to be really good for passing that Outschool application. Hello class, my name is Mrs. M. I'm so excited to see you and get you started with the violin today. What are all of your names? We have an Alicia here. Is that how you pronounce? Great. And Hannah and a Brody. Nice to meet you all. I'm very, very excited to get set up with you today. And all your violins look beautiful. So let's get into it. Something really interesting about the violin is that this shape of violin has existed for over 500 years. That's really old. And my violin is like 117 years old. It was made in the year 1903. And if you were wondering why I'm looking in this hole here, you can actually figure out when your violins were made as well. So look for this. This is called the chin rest, this little black part. And you're going to look at the hole, which is called the F hole, that's right underneath the chin rest. And I want you to tell me if you can see anything. Try to put your violin to the light. Do you see anything? Hannah? Oh, you see that yours is from the year 2017. Wonderful. Brody, what do you see? Mendini. Oh yeah, that's like the creator of the violin. That's interesting. Alicia. Yours is from 2020. Oh, that's really new. That's really good. Wonderful. Well, of course, if we want to play our instrument, we kind of have to know how to hold it, right? All right, so we're going to actually figure out how to hold our instruments. So take your left hand. This is my left hand. And we're going to hold the top of the violin right here. This is called the neck. We're actually holding the violin neck. And this is how we start our hold. So we're going to first learn the tree position. So I want you to pretend that you are a tree stump and you're going to hold the violin. The violin's going to be your branch. So your violin is going to go out like a branch of a tree. And then lift your right finger up like this. This is going to be the worm that's going to go on the tree branch. So try touching your strings. Good. Can you try strumming? Nice, Brody. Nice sound you're getting there. We want to make sure that our other hand is nice and lifted up. Our fingers are not touching the strings, or else this happens. And then that's not a really pretty sound, is it? So let's learn a little bit about the violin strings today. So how many strings do you see when you look down on the instrument? Alicia? 4 strings, that's right. All right, so we're gonna learn what all the string names are. Can you touch your first and smallest string? And can we pluck that 4 times? Let's pull that string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful job. So that's the E string. Can you come up with an animal name that starts with E? Raise your hand if you know. Hannah? Elephant. We can name that one the elephant. All right, so we're gonna pluck that one. And then let's go to the second string, which is called the A string. Can we pluck that one 3 times? Nice job. And let's give that one an animal name. Brody? Ant. That's a good one for that one. All right, the next string is the D string. Let's pluck that one 5 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What animal should we come up with, Alicia? Dog. That's a perfect one. Do you have a dog? Oh, Brody, you have a dog too? Alicia, you don't have a dog? I don't either. My apartment does not let me have dogs, but I wish I had one. All right, let's go to that last string, which is the biggest string. That one's the G string. Let's pluck that one 2 times. Oh, Hannah's got a good name for this one. What's the name, Hannah? Gorilla. Good. Let's put those violins on our laps. Nice job today. That was wonderful. You learned the string names. What you can do at home is you can practice those string names and try to remember those animal names for the next time that we see each other in class. It was so nice to meet you today, and I hope to see you again. Thank you. See you next time. Hello, ALLSCHOOL. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to apply on this platform, and I hope to connect with you soon. As a teacher, I'm really passionate about teaching the violin, so I definitely hope to teach it online and on ALLSCHOOL. I'm not gonna lie, that video is a little bit fast and furious. Even I was kind of slowing down at times, so it is a little bit fast, but try to show your personality there, that you really genuinely want to connect with students, which hopefully you do if you are wanting to be an ALLSCHOOL teacher. And I hope that it helped to get a little example of that video. If you want my resources and to connect with me as your hiring coach, and also to get some goodies once you are a teacher on the ALLSCHOOL platform, then check out the link in my description and in my comments. We can connect there. So please connect with me. Reach out to my email if you have any questions. I would love to connect there on Instagram as well. And I hope to see you very, very soon.